So, hi, everyone. This is Daniel and Bernie from sunny San Diego. So, there's Daniel. Say hi.
Hey there.
And here's Bernie. Alrighty. So, this is our third live stream already, and this time we promised it to be about cybersecurity. And why are we talking about cybersecurity? Well, that is because most of our customers are cybersec pros. So we found that cybersec professionals love Antsle especially, and that is because of our mission. Our mission is just making the private cloud super simple and easy to use and finally bring it to everyone rather than just the big guys and the big companies. And why is that especially important if you work in cybersecurity? Well, if you work in cybersecurity, you work with our GUI every day. You create your scenarios, so whether you work in malware analysis, you set up all your VMs, you simulate a real environment and see if it withstands the threats. You might use Metasploit to test that all out. You might use some sandboxing tools like Cuckoo, which is the open source standard for it, things like that. And then you spin up environments, you tear them down. That's especially important in educational settings like universities and stuff that teach cybersecurity. They spin up and tear down all the time. But also, if you work in cybersecurity for your company in larger enterprises or in mid sized companies, you try out new stuff all the time, so you really need a GUI that makes things easy for you. You need, instant snapshots and instant rollbacks. You need instant templates and groups of templates so that you can set up your environment and at the click of a button make it a template and can spin it up again next time. So that's why Antsle is so important for cybersecurity. And actually, we're planning to develop more features for you cybersec guys. So that's the good news of it. Yeah, I'll just hand over to Daniel. Maybe you tell us a little bit about what customers we already have. We cannot always give you the names, but we can say things like a large bank and things like that. We actually have many large banks as our customers and many government agencies, many military agencies. But yeah, Daniel, just tell them a little bit what we're doing so far.
Hey everyone. Thanks for everyone who's joining us here. I actually hear a military plane taking off over me, so hopefully you'll all be able to hear me. Yeah, so our push into cybersecurity actually came about as a bit of an evolution or development from our focus on making the private cloud just dead simple and really easy to use. What we noticed from talking with a lot of customers, actually Bernie and I and some others literally talked with hundreds of different customers, you and others, and discovered that our power users, the people who were basically in our GUI every day, spinning up, tearing down, configuring things, our staunchest supporters and our harshest critics as well, were those of you in cybersecurity. So what we did is basically put pen to paper and think, or kind of brainstorm again, also with talking with many of you who are using it every day. What can we do to make it better? What can we do to take your workflow when you want to spin up these different environments or scenarios down from 3 hours to 3 minutes? And that's a pretty aggressive goal, but it's also something that's invigorating and exciting. So some of the common pain points or some of the common things that I heard on one extreme are some teams, and these weren't dedicated cybersecurity teams, mind you, of course, this was just more IT teams, but they were also tasked with keeping their environment secure. So some teams, because of their lack of just an environment that they can use and that's user friendly, they were kind of resorting to just pen and paper hypothetical type meetings of like what if scenarios, but not really able to put actual rubber to the road and test things out. And other people have told me where it basically will take a long time for them to replicate or build up their kind of portions of their production environment and push that into a lab, basically a lab environment that they can use for testing, or others want to do some kind of denial of service attack or whatever it is, and they don't want to run that on AWS. There's a whole bunch of hoops or hurdles to jump through in order to get permission, and it's just much simpler and faster to say, hey, let me just put this on my private cloud and test things out that way. So I think there's a multitude of different kind of challenges that we've seen people facing, and basically having a private lab that's just really easy and fast to spin up a variety and customized servers solves a lot of those challenges. So we're on the road to just basically take that from 3 hours to 3 minutes, or take configuration time and hassle from pulling out all your hair to just being an absolute breeze and a joy.
Yeah. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah. So that Cybersec Lab, that is something that most of our customers like to have about Antsle, and in cybersecurity, you cannot do everything in the public cloud, and cannot do and don't want to do everything on AWS or anywhere. So people just want their private lab. Our appliances that are fanless are definitely also an advantage, and we have that whole lineup, right, from the Antsle Nano, which is already super successful in the marketplace, especially with cybersecurity guys, just to test things out and test all our features out, and then the Antsle One, which is super, it's fanless, 100% silent. It's really successful, almost an evergreen in the marketplace. And also, if you grow further, we have the Antsle 2, which is a rack mount unit, which goes up to 2 terabytes of RAM. So you can do a lot with those Antsle 2 units. So everything's there. We have 2 more things to discuss with you guys today. And by the way, the live chat is open, so feel free to ask your questions there. And I'm watching the live chat all the time, so we can absolutely answer questions while we talk. Also, what we want to discuss is our roadmap. We have a few features that we're thinking about that we want to add to Ant-Man with regards to cybersecurity, and we just love to hear your feedback about that. So you can vote just in the live chat, or just drop us an email, so that we know what features are really wanted and voted for. We want to give you a quick overview on the different options you have to get started with Ant-Man and your own cybersecurity lab, starting from just downloading it and running it on your own server, and also our appliances and the different Ant-Man plans that we have, and what you can do with each of those plans. So Daniel's going to give you an overview about that as well. So Daniel, maybe we start with the different options that people have to get started with Ant-Man.
We have a few different options, and it kind of depends on whether or not you want to use one of our servers and have it plug and play, or whether you have your own server or Raspberry Pi, Raspberry Pi 4, lying around and want to install our operating system on that. But one thing that is important is that you do need a dedicated machine for that. So you can't just install it, at least right now, you can't just install it on your own operating system. It's our operating system with Ant-Man that controls it. So you can head over to our website, and you can see a whole range from little tiny microservers based on the Raspberry Pi to our fanless, heatsink cooled, where the whole server is a heatsink and there's thermal engineering inside that pushes and kind of emanates the heat outwards, to the classic rack mount type servers. So you can choose from all of those, and that has our operating system pre-installed. So there's pretty much no setup except for plugging it in and just accessing it from your browser. Or you can actually just install our operating system. And those are the 2 different ways that you could get started. And then from there, there's a variety of different plan levels where, depending on what you need, you can get access basically to additional features and things like that. And we also do have, kind of on request, at least for the time being, some special offers for those who are in cybersecurity and are using this for research, their own research and development, just to basically encourage education more on the broader community in that space. So we may have some official pricing for when there's companies or consultants adopting this on a broader level, and then kind of special pricing if it's just you as an individual and you want to do some testing and some tinkering and some personal development.
We lost your audio signal, Daniel. Daniel, we lost you. Hey, there's
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we hear you again.
Where did you lose me? I can repeat.
Oh, maybe 30 seconds ago.
Gotcha. So did you get the part where we were talking about the different ways that you could basically get started, whether it's on our server or your own server?
Yeah.
Cool. So then the next step for that would basically be choosing a plan. And for our corporate, clients, we have some, official plans and pricing, which may be out of reach for the average home user. But then, especially if you're in cybersecurity and you're using this for personal testing development, we do have some special promos. You basically could write in to sales@antsle.com and find out what we have for just, kind of a home lab guy that wants to use it for personal development. Because obviously we want to increase that community as well. And we know that it's, there's obviously a difference between those two users.
So audio's gone again? No audio? No, the audio's gone.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Now it's back.
Well, maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Okay.
Long story, to recap really quickly, you can go to antsle.com/pricing and see what different features come with the different levels of subscriptions that we have. And you can also write in to sales@antsle.com if you're planning to use it for your own cybersecurity lab, for your own personal testing and development and kind of personal education. You can write into us and we can send you a special offer that's specifically for those of you who just want to use it in your own home lab and get discounted pricing.
So that's an important message, right? So we can do custom pricing. We know some of the pricing for the larger plans might be out of reach for home lab guys, but if you use it in an environment that's non-commercial, just write in and we'll find an offer for you. Okay. So, and Daniel, you mentioned our website a couple of times. It just got an overhaul, so the initial homepage is all new, and you now find all the important information just on the front page. So make sure to just visit antsle.com, ANTSLE.com, and check out what we have to offer. And just chat with us, request a personal demo. We're happy to do that. Either Daniel, Mario, myself will give you a quick demo, show you everything. All right, so a question came up a few minutes ago from Peter. Are there more templates targeted for release for the Nano platform? Absolutely. So not only for the Nano platform, but also for the larger Intel-based platform. We're developing more and more templates, especially for the cybersecurity area. So I mentioned the Cuckoo sandbox, so that's one of the things. Also some more Linuxes with GUIs pre-installed and all these things. That's all underway. And actually having your own custom repositories for templates, so that you can create your own template repository and have your team access it or have your customers access it on their own servers and things like that. And that's one of the things that are in our pipeline, which kind of is a nice transition to our voting for the features that we want to add to Ant-Man to make life for you guys, the CyberSec professionals, to make life easier for you. So, yeah, that makes me hand over to Daniel again. But let me read another question here. When do you expect the new templates to be launched? So that will be happening over time, right? So it's a continuous process. Expect the first templates to be launched just in August. I was going to say this month, so July is almost over. The first ones will definitely come out in the month of August, and then we have dedicated resources for that to update those templates, come out with new templates, and just email us at sales@antsle.com for any of your special requests for templates, right? So we're working on that, and yeah. All right. I hope that answers your question. So there's more here. So yeah, I think that's fine. Daniel already responded. So Daniel, just give our viewers an overview of what we're thinking about for the next features for CyberSec, and yeah, let's just have a vote. Unfortunately, it seems like YouTube doesn't have a live poll or something while we do the live stream. It would be a nice feature for YouTube, right? I feel. But we can just do it in the chat, or you can email in anytime, sales@antsle.com, and we'll take care of it. All right, Daniel?
So Bernie, are you able to see my screen if I share it or not? If we're not set up,
that would not be that easy.
Let's leave it then.
Yeah.
So there are 4 things, and I can actually I can post them in the and that could be one way for people to see it. But we have Antsle group management, group templates, app